Alright, how's it going? YouTube, Facebook, however you might be tuning in today. I'm just going to give it a few more minutes to let a few people join. I'm also going to share this to my YouTube and Facebook pages. I'm live. Tune on in to What Washed Ashore. For those of you looking at the thumbnail, I ended up having to delete the original video and redo the thumbnail. I take horrific pictures when I'm not holding a fish, and this one is no exception to that, so... Alright, looks like we got a viewer on. Thanks, whoever is joining in. Alright. I'll just give it a few more minutes. How's everyone doing today? You can respond to this video via the live chat if you're one of my Facebook friends. You can comment on the Facebook post, and I'll respond to that too as we're going. So, everyone hear me okay? I also got my phone out too, so I can see who's commenting. I don't have to click off this page. Alright. Think I gave it enough time. Go ahead and pour my drink, and we'll get going. Looks like I got a comment already. Not sure if I can read this. Well, I guess it was on my other video. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So, welcome to the What Washed Ashore, I guess, I'm calling it a live YouTube stream now. Not really a podcast. I haven't really went with the podcast stuff. Yeah, obviously. Ended up not going forward with the podcast. I'm just gonna do live videos going forward. Seems like there's less technically involved. There's less. I don't have to pay any fees. All I have to do is just sit here and talk, which is the nice thing. So for those of you who have seen my past live streams, which was, I think the last one I did was actually probably last year, probably late summer of last year was the last one I did. I do have a reason for that, unfortunately, or actually I should say fortunately. I have found a career. I have been working like crazy busy lately. I work all day during the week, and then it bleeds into the weekends and sometimes late at nights. When you start a new job or a new career, it's a lot of learning. It's a lot of new things, a lot of new day-to-day life. So, and unfortunately, that's just been dragging the energy just right out of me. It is a great career. I do love the people I work with. Shout out to you guys if you're listening in on this. And so, guess we'll just go ahead and have right at it. Of course, I wrote down everything I'm going to talk about here in this video. So I guess the reason for this show, or one of the reasons why I exist, the fishing report. Fortunately, so far, 2021 hasn't been that nice to me in terms of fishing. I do live on the lake. I do fish almost every day. Now, ice fishing this was probably my worst year of ice fishing. Have been busy, so I haven't had that much time to fish. Of course, I just contradicted myself by saying that I fish every day, which is not always the case. Problem with ice fishing this year was we didn't have great ice. I don't like to ice fish when I don't feel safe, for obvious reasons. So I only went out ice fishing, I want to say like 6 or 7 times maybe. And then when I did go out, I didn't get much. The other thing was I didn't go beyond Lake Wisconsin. I was in Lake Wisconsin the entire year, and then at one point I went down a fish lake near Lodi. All those places were something to be desired. No bites, no flags, nothing. So ice fishing was a bust for me. So come beginning of January and then into February, started trout fishing. I tried it when there was still snow on the ground. Not much to really talk about there. I love to trout fish in the winter because I do get a kick out of standing in the trout streams and casting around for trout when everyone else is out on the ice fishing. But nothing happened during the winter. So then around about a month ago, I started catching trout again. So far this year, I want to say I caught about 6 or 7. And I went to quite a few places. I went into the Driftless area. I went into Lodi. I went into Poinet, around the areas I live. Caught quite a few trouts in those 2 creeks that I mentioned. I've been getting them on the little Panther Martin spinners. My personal favorite color is a gold number 0, number 1 with a orange body. I'll take one of those out, maybe another 3 in package, just so that I have them in case I lose the first one. Cast that around, and I do catch quite a lot of fish. So that part's been good, at least. But and then the actual lake ice out was probably a good 2 months ago. Like I said earlier, we did not get a whole lot of ice out here on Lake Wisconsin. On Lake Wisconsin, you can actually open water fish as soon as though it's ice out. You just can't keep anything, so that's the nice thing. So along the grade, which is where I commonly fish, you'll see people all along that line fishing. I haven't really seen too many people get anything. At least they're not telling me that they're getting anything. Then again, you don't ever tell them where the fish are biting. I personally have not gotten anything this year. Yesterday, or was it either yesterday or the day before, I did catch I did have 2 hits. I didn't catch anything, didn't actually land anything. I was also with one of my neighbors who actually did catch a really nice striped bass. But that's just been about all the fishing I've been doing. Yeah, it's not a whole ton of a lot. It's also, when I have been fishing, has been great. But it does pick up. Around this time of year is when I start seeing more and more fish. So hopefully it'll pick up, and hopefully I'll have stuff to make video on. So, and then hopefully I can actually have my camera with me and I can film and not deal with what I call the GoPro curse, when you bring your camera with you and you don't catch anything. Or let me rephrase that. You bring your camera and you don't catch anything. But when you don't bring your camera, you catch a ton of fish. That's just the way the GoPro curse works. So on to outdoor news. As you know, it's the right now as of this video, April the 25th. Your fishing licenses have expired on March 31st. So if you haven't yet, be sure to go into the Go Wild website, renew your license for the state of Wisconsin if you're in the state of Wisconsin. If you're a resident, you're $20. It's super cheap, which is nice. If you want to trout fish, get the trout stamp. And you know that various audience members are probably giggling at that word, but get a trout stamp if you plan on fishing for trout. If you have a boat, your boat sticker has also expired. I had a renew mine this year. So be sure to do that. Always stay legal. Always follow the regulations. Always have everything in order. Have your licenses. Have all the safety gear that's needed on a boat. It's all common sense stuff. It's not worth a ticket, and it's just not worth your safety to violate this stuff otherwise. The other thing I wanted to bring up, and I forgot to bring this up earlier in this video, but I believe it was April 5th was when I launched the Loons Call Productions Facebook page. Excuse me. For those of you who aren't fans of it, be sure to friend it, fan it, or let me rephrase that, like it. The Loons Call Productions page is where I post all the videos I do, where I post all my still pictures, where I post fishing reports as I'm getting them, and sometimes I even go live via my Facebook fan page. The link will be in the description. I will post it after I upload this video. And for those of you who are already fans, thanks for your support. Thanks for your support. Thanks for being friends of it. I just said thanks for your support twice. Didn't realize that. All right, so I guess for lack of content, I wasn't sure as to what I was going to talk about in this video. I had several ideas. Some of them were good, some of them were bad, but one of my fans did send me a interesting product that they found on the Tackle Warehouse's website. And it is for an $1,100 glide bait. You heard me correct, folks, an $1,100 glide bait. Now, I printed out a picture of it. I'm not sure if this is going to show up on camera, but this is a picture of it. And on the website, it doesn't look any better. But yes, this is an $1,100 fishing lure. This has got to be the most expensive fishing lure that I've ever heard of. I have heard of collector lures going for crazy amounts of money. I've never heard of a, well, vintage, I should say. But I've never heard of a lure that's actually being manufactured being more than, I don't know, maybe $50 for some musky lures. But $1,100, which is the price of a used boat. Alright, so as I said earlier, this is on the Tackle Warehouse's website, and it is called the Manifold Deniro, D-E-N-I-R-O, I think it's Deniro. So, Yugo Frame 550 Glide Bait. Yep, named, of course, after Robert De Niro. Anyways, I'll just go ahead and read the description. Once again, off the Tackle Warehouse's website. In the description, they describe it as the ultimate status symbol for swim bait aficionados. The Manifold De Niro Yugo Frame 550 Glide Bait is among the biggest and most labor-intensive swim baits to have ever been created. Developed by the owner of Manifold Leather, who has been over 34 years of experience in the fine leather industry in Japan. Oh, there's a grammatical error right there. Who has over 34 years of experience in the leather industry in Japan. I guess not really. They could have put the word been in there. The Manifold De Niro Yugo Frame 550 glide bait is covered in 100% horsehide leather that goes through a vegetable tanning process by Shinko Heiko Company. Then it is hand-stitched over the exterior of the bait. The leather exterior also does not get colder in the water like traditional ABS plastic, which ensures that the bait has a warmer body temperature and a similar texture to a living baitfish for a more natural presentation. As the leather progresses, the surface flow becomes weathered and becomes more like a wounded or weak baitfish as well. That is the description for this lure. Once again, if you want to become the proud owner of the world's most expensive production fishing lure, the price is $1,147.99 for this lure. So I just found that interesting. Thank you to the gentleman that sent it. His name is Stephen Hillman of Impeccable Fishing. I will be linking his YouTube channel in the description, but be sure to check him out. And let me know what you think about this this $1,100 fishing lure. Go on to the Tackle Warehouse's website, take a look at it, let me know what you think. And this is not a paid sponsorship, I should add. This was just something that I found interesting. So I guess that will just about do it for this segment of What Washed Ashore. I will start doing these again regularly. I will start coming up with more content. And I hope to also do videos where I take you guys fishing with me. And we go out on the lake and cast around, and I show you what I do when I go fishing. Next week, I'll do a discussion as to cabin ownership, what's involved in cabin ownership, and what are some of the things you need to consider, and what are some of the costs that are associated with cabin ownership. So I guess that'll just about do it for this segment of What Washed Ashore. Thanks again for joining me. And until next time, I am Matt Kirilloff, signing off. I hope to see you out there. Bye now.